Despite the similar nutritional information on their labels, vegan meat and beef are quite different. This is Libertarian View, your source of decentralized and distributed information. In July this year, Stefan van Vliet and other collaborators published an article in the prestigious magazine Nature, comparing the metabolomics between the vegan meats and the regular cattle beef. Metabolomics is the science field which identifies and quantifies the metabolites produced by a certain organism. Vegan meats are mainly composed of soybeans, peas, mung, wheat, beans, or mushrooms. The most advanced are made with a combination of these ingredients and include natural pigments that give them the red when raw and brown aspect after cooked. Vegetable oils are often added to make the product tastier and juicier. Many restaurants and fast food networks have been including vegan meat options in their menus, like Burger King with its Rebel Whopper, released in 2019. The international trading of vegan meat moves around 0.1% of the total beef market, but has been growing fast in the last few years, at an annual rate of 15%. While it's a real demand from the society, there is no problem. Everything is beautiful and moral. It's an old demand, actually. In 1899, John Kellogg developed the Protosis, a wheat, gluten, peanut, and soy oil-based vegan meat. Kellogg has written, quote, "My goal is to find an alternative to meat which contains a similar or greater nutritional value, which has similar flavor and is easily digested." Close quote. Since then, the objective around vegan meat developers has been basically the same. But nowadays products have been able to provide a sensory experience which satisfies some of the potential consumers. The production of vegan meat is complex. The leghemoglobin, the oxygen fixative protein found in vegetables like soy, is used to simulate the aspect and taste of the hemoprotein present in beef. Pigments from beets, blackberries, and carrots provide the red color. Thiocellulose provides texture, and seasoning the flavor. The protein content on meat is mocked by isolating vegetable proteins. Vitamins and minerals are added to match the nutritional content. That said, if we compare the nutritional information found in the label of beef and vegan meat products, we will see that they are quite similar. The consumer seeing that could have the idea that these products are nutritionally equivalent. But are they? That was the question that scientists have set out to answer. They used the mass spectrometry to determine the metabolic composition of 18 kinds of vegan meat and 18 different beef products. They found 190 metabolites, of which 171, or 90%, were different between vegan and cattle meat. Some appeared more in vegan meat, some in the regular beef. The classes of metabolites which were different included amino acids, non-protein acids, phenols, saccharides, alcoholic sugar, saturated and unsaturated fatty acids, dicarboxylic acids, dipeptides, vitamins, glycerids, and alkanolamines. These metabolite categories do not appear in labels, hence the initial impression that vegan and cattle meats are nutritionally similar. Many metabolites with potentially important regulatory functions are found only or at least in greater amounts in one of them. According to the authors, it is not possible to say that a certain kind of meat is healthier than other. They are simply different. They give a warning though. Quote, "Considerations on how dieting affects our health is usually limited to 150 nutritional components, of which only 13 are featured in the standard product labels. These nutrients represent a small fraction of the over 26,000 metabolites that we consume, many of which have rather underestimated sanitizing effects," close quote. And conclude by saying, quote, "The complexity of our food matrix implies that attempts on mocking products by using isolated compounds is questionable," close quote. That said, there are now some points to be made. First, regarding the research itself. It has been well conducted, and it's interesting, but it was financed from a grant by the USA's Ministry of Agriculture of about $380,000, which means that this money was stolen from the flock of American citizens and handed to the researchers. This is inappropriate to say the minimum. It is simple and direct armed robbery, something unethical and unacceptable in civilized society. All scientific research must be voluntarily financed by individuals, companies, or private organizations. Only then the research will be ethical, reflecting the rational allocation of resources and the legitimate demand of the society. Second, as the study states, our diet is more complex than it seems at first look. It is too complex to be left in the hands of politicians and technocrats. Every time that occurs, some bizarre law turns up seeking to forbid this or that kind of food. Salt, sugar, meat. It looks like those government parasites hold the rights and power to decide how we are supposed to feed. Third, it is up to each individual to look for information, weigh the pros and cons of a certain type of food, and decide if we'll eat it or not. It must be voluntary. Do you prefer vegan meat? No problem, serve yourself. Just let me eat whatever I want to eat in peace. Waiter, please. I would like to have a rare steak. Really juicy. Tasty, huh? Thank you for your audience. This article was originally written by Marco Battaglia, translated and narrated by Arthur Silvani, and revised by Correia Conká. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up icon below and share the video in your social networks. If you want to be notified of other videos, hit subscribe and then the bell icon. See you soon.